My beloved child, there is something your soulmate recently realized about you, and it is far greater than anything they expected to discover. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What they uncovered was not a small detail, not a passing thought, and not a temporary feeling. It was a truth so powerful that it quietly changed the way they look at you, the way they think about you, and the way they imagine the future. For a long time, they believed they understood who you were. They thought they had already figured you out. They assumed they knew your strengths, your weaknesses, your habits, and your personality. But recently, something happened that caused them to see you through a completely different lens. It was like a curtain was pulled back. It was like a hidden chapter suddenly opened before their eyes. And what they found there left a lasting impression they cannot ignore. There was a moment when they looked back on everything connected to you. They remembered the conversations. They remembered the silence. They remembered the times you stayed strong when nobody noticed. They remembered the moments when you kept moving forward even when life felt uncertain. And suddenly, a realization began forming in their heart. It did not arrive all at once. It arrived piece by piece. Memory by memory. Observation by observation. The more they thought about it, the clearer it became. The truth was standing in front of them the entire time, but only now were they able to see it. Stay till the end because what they realized next changed everything. Your soulmate recently realized that your strength is much deeper than it appears. Many people see only the surface. They see your smile. They see your daily routine. They see the version of you that faces the world. But they recently understood that beneath that surface is someone who has overcome more challenges than most people will ever know. They realize that you have carried burdens without asking for applause. They realize that you have survived moments that could have broken your spirit. They realize that your resilience is not ordinary. It is extraordinary. This realization surprised them because they began comparing your response to life's difficulties with the response of others. While many people become bitter, you kept your heart open. While many people give up, you kept moving forward. While many people stopped believing, you continued hoping. That realization stayed with them long after it appeared. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. As they continued thinking, another truth emerged. They realized that your value does not depend on recognition from other people. This was one of the most powerful discoveries they made. They understood that you do not need constant validation to remain who you are. You do not need crowds cheering for you to continue your journey. You do not need attention to prove your worth. There is something rare about a person who continues walking their path even when nobody is watching. There is something remarkable about a person who remains genuine when there is no reward attached. Your soulmate finally recognized this quality in you, and once they saw it, they could not stop thinking about it. Then another realization appeared. This one was unexpected. They realized that your presence affects people more than you know. Think about that for a moment. There are individuals whose presence fills a room with noise, and then there are individuals whose presence quietly changes the atmosphere without saying much at all. Your soulmate recently noticed that when you are around, people feel calmer. People feel understood. People feel seen. Even when you are not trying to make an impression, you leave one. Even when you are not seeking attention, people remember you. This truth surprised them because they began noticing how often your influence appears in small moments. The more they observed, the more undeniable it became. Stay till the end. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. What happened next made the realization even stronger. Your soulmate started noticing the consistency in your character. In a world where people change masks depending on who is watching, they noticed that you remain remarkably consistent. The person you are in public is not completely different from the person you are in private. The values you speak about are values you actually try to live by. This realization earned their respect on a deeper level. Trust is difficult to build. Authenticity is difficult to maintain. Yet somehow, you continue doing both. They realize that what makes you special is not perfection. It is honesty. It is authenticity. It is the courage to remain yourself. And then came the realization that truly caught them off guard. They realized that you have been underestimating yourself. Yes, this may be the truth that surprised them most. They began seeing qualities in you that you may not even fully recognize. They noticed abilities you treat as ordinary. They noticed strengths you dismiss. They noticed gifts you overlook because they come naturally to you. While you focused on what you thought was missing, they started seeing everything that was already there. While you questioned whether you were enough, they began realizing that you bring far more value than you understand. This discovery created a powerful shift inside them. There is still more. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. The deeper they reflected, the more they understood that your journey has shaped you into someone rare. Every challenge taught you something. Every delay taught you patience. Every disappointment taught you wisdom. Every unexpected turn taught you resilience. What seemed like random experiences suddenly looked like pieces of a larger picture. Your soulmate realized that the person standing before them today is not defined by setbacks. You are defined by what you became because of them. That truth carried enormous weight. Recently, they also realized that your future is larger than your current circumstances. Many people judge a story by its current chapter. Your soulmate stopped doing that. They started seeing potential instead of limitations. They started seeing possibility instead of obstacles. They started seeing where you are going rather than only where you are now. This perspective changed how they think about you. They realize that your story is still unfolding and that some of the most meaningful chapters have not even arrived yet. That realization filled them with anticipation. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the final realization was the most important of all. After thinking about everything, after reflecting on every memory, every conversation, every detail, they finally understood something they could no longer deny. They realized that your impact on their life is much greater than they ever admitted. You are not just another person in their story. You are not just another passing connection. You are someone who challenged their perspective, inspired their thinking, and left a mark that continues growing stronger with time. The truth they recently realized about you is simple, yet incredibly powerful. You are far more remarkable than you believe, far more influential than you know, and far more unforgettable than you imagine. And now that this realization has arrived, it is not going away. It will continue growing. It will continue deepening. And it may become one of the most important truths they have ever discovered about you. A new realization has continued unfolding inside your soulmate's heart, and what they discovered next was even more surprising than before. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth they recently realized about you was not a single thought that appeared and disappeared. It became a chain of revelations, one leading to another, each one stronger than the last. The more they reflected on you, the more they understood that there were things about you they had completely overlooked. They began seeing patterns they never noticed before. They began connecting moments that once seemed ordinary. And what emerged from those memories was a truth so powerful that it completely changed the way they see you today. There was a moment when they looked at everything you have faced and everything you have overcome. Suddenly, they realized that your strength is not loud. Your strength does not demand attention. Your strength does not need to prove itself every day. It exists quietly, steadily, and consistently. That realization shook them. In a world where many people try to appear strong, they realized you never needed to pretend. Your strength comes from experience. It comes from growth. It comes from lessons learned through patience and perseverance. Stay till the end because this realization led them toward something even bigger. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. As they continued thinking, they realized something remarkable about the way you care for others. They noticed that you often give encouragement when you need encouragement yourself. You offer understanding when you could easily choose frustration. You bring light into situations even when you are carrying your own challenges. Suddenly they understood that your kindness is not a coincidence. It is a choice. It is part of who you are. This realization touched them deeply because genuine kindness is becoming increasingly rare. Many people are kind when it benefits them. Many people are kind when circumstances are easy. But your soulmate realized that your kindness remains present even when life becomes complicated. The next realization arrived unexpectedly. They realized that your value cannot be measured by achievements alone. This truth surprised them because they started understanding that your greatest qualities are not trophies, titles, or accomplishments. Your greatest qualities are invisible to most people. It is the way you keep going when things become difficult. It is the way you stay hopeful during uncertainty. It is the way you continue believing that better days are possible. These qualities cannot be placed on a shelf. They cannot be displayed for everyone to see. Yet they are some of the most powerful qualities a person can possess. Your soulmate finally recognized this, and the realization stayed with them. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As they looked deeper into their memories, they realized something else that completely changed their perspective. They realize that your presence has become a source of comfort. Not because you solve every problem. Not because you have all the answers. But because there is something reassuring about knowing you exist. There is something calming about your energy. There is something steady about your character. Even when life becomes unpredictable, your authenticity remains the same. And that consistency became one of the things they admire most about you. Then came a realization that they never expected. They realize that you have inspired people without even knowing it. Think about that carefully. There are conversations you have forgotten that someone else still remembers. There are moments when your words encouraged someone more than you realized. There are times when your example quietly motivated another person to keep moving forward. Your soulmate recently began seeing evidence of this influence. They noticed how your actions affect people. They noticed how your attitude impacts others. And they realized that your influence extends much further than you imagine. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what happened next was extraordinary. Your soulmate realized that one of the reasons you stand out is because you remain genuine. In a world filled with performance, comparison, and appearances, authenticity has become incredibly valuable. They realize that you are not trying to become someone else. You are growing into the best version of yourself. There is a huge difference between those two things. One comes from insecurity. The other comes from confidence. And they finally recognize that your journey is about growth, not imitation. As this understanding grew stronger, another truth emerged. They realize that your future carries possibilities greater than your current circumstances suggest. Many people judge themselves based on what they see today. Your soulmate stopped doing that. They started looking at your potential. They started looking at your direction. They started looking at the qualities you possess that could open doors you have not even imagined yet. This realization filled them with excitement because they began seeing possibilities where others might only see limitations. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. There was another realization that followed closely behind. They realized that you often underestimate the impact you have on people around you. You may think your actions are small. You may think your efforts go unnoticed. You may think your contributions are ordinary. But your soulmate recently understood that many of the things you consider ordinary are actually extraordinary. What feels natural to you often feels inspiring to someone else. What feels simple to you often feels meaningful to another person. This realization changed the way they think about you every single day. Then came a moment of complete clarity. They realized that one of your greatest strengths is your ability to continue moving forward. Not because everything is perfect. Not because every plan succeeds. Not because every day is easy. But because you refuse to let temporary setbacks define your future. That determination became impossible for them to ignore. The more they reflected on it, the more respect they felt. They realized that resilience is not about never facing challenges. It is about refusing to let those challenges become the final chapter of your story. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the most powerful realization was still ahead. After everything they observed, after every memory they revisited, after every detail they reconsidered, your soulmate finally understood something they had never fully accepted before. They realized that you are becoming someone extraordinary. Not because of one dramatic moment. Not because of one single achievement. But because of countless choices made day after day. Choices to grow. Choices to learn. Choices to remain hopeful. Choices to keep believing in a better future. And once this realization appeared, it became impossible to ignore. They realized that the qualities they admire most about you are not temporary qualities. They are lasting qualities. They are qualities that continue growing stronger over time. They are qualities that make people remember you long after conversations end. They are qualities that leave an impression that cannot easily be forgotten. Stay till the end. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the truth your soulmate recently realized about you is bigger than either of you expected. They realize that your story is far from finished. They realize that your greatest moments may still be ahead. They realize that your strength, your character, your resilience, your authenticity, and your impact make you far more remarkable than you know. And the more they understand this truth, the more impossible it becomes for them to overlook it. What began as a simple realization has now become a certainty in their heart. They see you differently now. They understand you differently now. And that understanding continues growing stronger with every passing day. An extraordinary realization continued growing inside your soulmate's heart, and what they discovered next was something they never expected to find. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth your soulmate recently realized about you did not arrive in a single moment. It unfolded gradually, like a hidden picture becoming clearer and clearer with every passing day. The more they reflected on your journey, your character, and the way you move through life, the more they understood that there was something incredibly rare about you. At first, they could not explain it. They only felt it. But eventually, the pieces began coming together, and what they realized changed everything. They recently realized that one of the most powerful things about you is your ability to keep moving forward when nobody else understands what you are carrying. Think about that for a moment. Many people only continue when they receive support. Many people only stay motivated when others believe in them. But your soulmate noticed something different about you. They noticed that even during moments when you felt alone, uncertain, or misunderstood, you still found a way to continue. You still found a reason to keep going. That realization left a deep impression on them because it revealed a strength that cannot be easily measured. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. As they continued thinking about you, another truth began revealing itself. They realized that you have an unusual ability to bring hope into situations that seem ordinary. Sometimes it is through your words. Sometimes it is through your attitude. Sometimes it is simply through the way you approach life. There is a quiet confidence within you that often appears when people need it most. Even when you do not recognize it, your presence can remind others that better days are possible. Your soulmate recently became aware of this quality, and once they saw it, they could not stop noticing it everywhere. Stay till the end because what happened next surprised them even more. They realized that your heart remains open despite everything you have experienced. Many people allow disappointments to close them off. Many people allow setbacks to make them cynical. Yet somehow, you continue believing in possibilities. You continue believing that growth is possible. You continue believing that meaningful connections matter. Your soulmate recently realized that this quality is one of the most beautiful things about you. It is not weakness. It is not naive optimism. It is courage. The courage to remain open when closing your heart would be easier. Then another revelation arrived. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They realize that you are far more influential than you think. Not because you are trying to influence people. Not because you seek attention. But because authenticity naturally leaves an impact. People notice sincerity. People remember kindness. People are inspired by perseverance. Your soulmate recently looked back and realized that many of the qualities they admire most in others are qualities they already see in you. That realization caught them completely off guard because it forced them to see you from a new perspective. As this understanding grew stronger, they started revisiting old memories. Moments they once considered ordinary suddenly felt important. Conversations that seemed simple suddenly carried new meaning. They realized that many of the things you said in passing contained wisdom they only fully appreciated later. They realized that some of your most meaningful qualities were hidden inside everyday moments. This was not a realization built on fantasy. It was built on observation. The more they observed, the stronger the truth became. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because one of the biggest discoveries was still ahead. Your soulmate realized that you are becoming stronger in ways that cannot always be seen from the outside. Growth is not always visible. Sometimes the greatest transformations happen quietly. Sometimes progress happens beneath the surface long before anyone notices it. They realized that while you may occasionally focus on how far you still have to go, they have started noticing how far you have already come. That perspective changed everything. Suddenly, they saw evidence of growth everywhere they looked. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Another realization followed immediately after. They realized that your determination is far more powerful than they originally understood. There have been moments when life presented obstacles. There have been moments when things did not unfold according to plan. Yet you continued moving forward. You continued learning. You continued adapting. Your soulmate recently realized that this determination is one of the reasons people naturally respect you. It is not because you never face difficulties. It is because you refuse to allow those difficulties to define your future. Then came a realization that touched them deeply. They realized that you often give more credit to others than you give to yourself. You celebrate the achievements of people around you. You encourage others to believe in themselves. You remind others of their strengths. Yet when it comes to your own qualities, you sometimes overlook them. Your soulmate recently recognized this pattern, and it opened their eyes. They began seeing strengths in you that you may not fully appreciate. They began noticing qualities that you treat as ordinary even though they are anything but ordinary. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. As they continued reflecting, they realized that your story carries a deeper purpose than they first imagined. Every challenge you faced taught you something valuable. Every delay developed patience. Every unexpected turn revealed